Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, March 5th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 762 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Ripping F-35 costs, House Armed Services Chairman looks to cut our losses. Live stimulus updates, Senate Democrats reach deal to keep weekly unemployment benefit at $300 per week. Adopted woman in NC learns biological dad is family annihilator wanted by FBI. Woman has a meltdown after argument over boxes with Korean man in Brooklyn. Joe Manchin voted against including a $15 minimum wage provision in the relief bill, even though 250,000 West Virginians would benefit from the increase. Texas regulators will not correct $16 billion in electricity overcharges. Why? 8 Senate Democrats vote against adding $15 minimum wage amendment to COVID relief. A man in jail tried to hire a hitman to kill the witnesses in his court case, but the guy was actually a federal informant. Another storm to swoop into the Pacific Northwest. Minnesota court rules third-degree murder charge against Derek Chauvin should be reinstated. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Denver Broncos placing franchise tag on safety Justin Simmons, source says, ESPN. The short-term, middle-term, and long-term future of the coronavirus, Boston.com. Federico Klein, former Trump appointee charged in Capitol riot, wants jail cell without cockroaches, NBC News. More Governor Cuomo staffers bail as nursing home, sex harass scandal spiral, New York Post. Dow Jones surges 500 points, Nasdaq up as stock market rallies after early sell-off, Investors Business Daily. Meghan Markle suits co-star Patrick J. Adams slams royal family, page 6. UFC 259, Blachowicz vs. Adesanya, weigh-in, UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship. Texas school scraps chivalry assignment that had girls obey any reasonable request of a male, NBC News. Tom Brady signed rookie card sells for pretty penny, with another gaining steam, Fox Business. Hello Brooklyn, Nets likely landing spot for Blake Griffin after Pistons buyout, Nets Daily. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Pete Buttigieg wants to make transportation in America sexy. CDC study emphasizes importance of mask mandates, safe dining after Texas abandons both. Colorado Governor Jared Polis and his first gentleman, Marlon Rice, are engaged. Was a major WandaVision moment really just for this dirty joke? Meghan Markle suits co-star slams royal family for amplifying bullying accusations. Bruno Mars and Anderson. Pac's song gets legendary endorsement from Anita Baker. Another Democratic senator announces support for ending the filibuster. Revealed, the Star-Spangled Trumper filmed attacking cops at the Capitol. The charming documentary where truffle hunting dogs are the stars. The moves to permanently drop charges against Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Order signed for face coverings in Dove buildings. Officials unable to pinpoint start of outbreak. Wisconsin regulators eye changes to policies. Morel mushroom foraging season is creeping up. Parents, teachers weigh in on spring break plans. Residents say clinic charged cash for vaccine. High school educator named Teacher of the Year. Transportation budget invests in highways, transit. HBCUs see more support over the past year, enrollment up. Father-son co-authors share their new book. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Live events. Restaurant dining and no mask mandates are each linked to virus spread. Business updates, stocks rally as jobs report signals recovery. Senate action on stimulus stalls as Democrats haggle over jobless aid. Derek Chauvin trial may be delayed over court ruling. Cuomo aides rewrote nursing home report to hide higher death toll. Andrew Cuomo and nursing home deaths, what we know. They spent 24 years behind bars, then the case fell apart. February 2021 jobs report, U.S. economy added 379,000 jobs. Taking on a new role, Susan Rice is asserting herself. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Zappos founder Tony Hsieh's self-described right-hand person seeking over $9M from his estate. The 2021 Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo is the world's quickest off-road station wagon. Meghan Markle's Suits co-star Patrick J. Adams slammed royal family amid bullying claims, archaic and toxic. Scientific American opposite the editorial page calls on Cuomo to resign for ignoring science on COVID-19. The View host, Republicans are Neanderthals because they don't listen to the government. Glenn Greenwald rips MSNBC's Joy Reid over Bat's crazy claim about Senator Ron Johnson. Derek Chauvin may face third-degree murder charge on top of others after court ruling. Joe Conca, Cuomo nursing home scandal now has a follow the money angle. Iran opposition shines light on century of oppression with new film. Hubble telescope solves mystery of stars dimming. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, March 5th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. 9 great apes at San Diego Zoo become first non-humans to receive a COVID vaccine. This Loyola Chicago team is better than the Final Four team, CBS Gary Parrish talks Ramblers, MVC tournament. Stimulus check update, are relief payments bad for the economy? I was physically shaking, Florida man on seeing 4 endangered panthers at same time. Why are we so fascinated with the royal family? If USC can find its earlier form, CBS Gary Parrish believes they could make a run in NCAA tournament, we know what this team is capable of. National Day of Unplugging, putting the technology down after a difficult year. Loyola gets ready for Missouri Valley Conference tournament with sights set on NCAA tourney run. Bill would require California retailers to have gender-neutral sections, violators face fines. CBS Sports 2 air HBCU All-Star Game beginning 2022 in New Orleans. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Prince Philip moves from cardiac center to hospital after heart surgery. Meghan Markle's Canadian Suits co-star Patrick Adams attacks royals on Twitter. Sturgeon cover-up, no minutes were made for 2 meetings the Scottish government held with lawyers. Coronavirus UK, Britain's daily COVID cases drop to 5,947 and deaths fall by a third. Decorated sergeant killed in live fire Welsh Guards training exercise. London care home fined 40k as judge rules they failed to protect patient who hanged herself. Collection of over 5,000 tax discs are tipped to sell for 10,000 at auction. Antivirus pioneer John McAfee charged with money laundering and fraud. Experts claim New Zealand could be hit with more strong earthquakes in a matter of days. Pedophile who preyed on schoolgirls was caught after his ex-girlfriend set up fake Snapchat profile. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Hotel Rwanda hero was tricked onto plane, into arrest. Why the Pope's visit matters for Iraq's Christians. Pope Francis lands in Baghdad, beginning the first ever papal trip to Iraq. The incredible courage of Myanmar's protesters. UN envoy calls for urgent action to reverse Myanmar coup. Has COVID killed trade shows? Barcelona bets on a comeback. China needs a baby boom to avert a demographic crisis. Small steps won't be enough. China seeks Hong Kong election changes. Tech preeminence as U.S. rivalry intensifies. I'm ready to talk. Meghan's upcoming interview with Oprah Winfrey is already dividing Britons. Mexico president support of tarnished politicians to a party. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus hive. Italy toughens curbs in more regions as cases increase. WHO warns against hastily easing measures. Senate's debate on $1.9 trillion COVID relief hits delays over unemployment benefits. Live. Tiger Woods was found unconscious by passerby after SUV crash, affidavit says. U.S. Capitol attack, former Trump State Department aide charged. Genesis Owusu, I'm Prince, if you were a rapper in 2020's Australia. Extreme makeovers, how to upcycle unloved clothes into something you want to wear. U.S. experts warn new COVID variants and states reopening may lead to fourth wave. British Vogue cover celebrate black joy with sculpted hair. Antivirus mogul John McAfee charged with fraud over crypto promotion. Gordon Elliott handed 1-year training ban over dead horse photograph. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Detroit mayor turned down J&J vaccine in favor of others. Defense Secretary says U.S. still assessing who carried out Iraq rocket attack. Crash sends car barreling into outdoor dining area, 8 hurt, officials. Mass 2020 exodus from California did not happen, study says. Swelling after COVID-19 shots may cause cancer, false alarms. John McAfee accused of $23 million securities fraud. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. John McAfee charged with fraud over cryptocurrency. Senegal protests after opposition leader Ousmane Sonko arrested. QAnon shaman, I regret entering that building with every fiber of my body. China zoo tries to pass dog off as wolf. Gorilla Glue girl to sick Ebron will make a full recovery, surgeon says. Berlin Film Festival awards gender-neutral acting prize to Maren Eggert. Italian dictionary Treccani urge to change sexist definition of woman. World's oldest known wild bird has another chick at age of 70. Myanmar coup, YouTube removes channels run by army amid violence. Pope Francis on Iraq visit calls for end to violence and extremism. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Supreme Court vaccinated, Canadian leader bashes Biden over not sharing vaccines, latest COVID-19 updates. Black mother in Rochester pepper sprayed by cops. The CDC wants you to prepare for a zombie apocalypse. Yes, you read that right. Embattled Governor Cuomo faces questions over scandals. Psaki, we don't take immigration advice from Trump. Reckless disregard for human life or tragic accident, Derek Chauvin goes on trial, charged with murder of George Floyd. The day in pictures. Biden, jobs report shows stimulus urgently needed. Appeals court rules third-degree murder charge against Derek Chauvin shouldn't have been tossed. Soon mass vaccine sites in Atlanta, Cleveland. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Beverly Hills jeweler offers reward after losing $500,000 watch in stick-up. How teachers in LA and beyond turned away from Dr. Seuss. Mobile vaccination clinic for LA County Sheriff's employees opens at Pomona Fairgrounds. LA County won't expand program to shelter homeless people in hotels. LA County warns against spring break travel, as potential reopenings near. How California plans to keep wealthy residents from taking COVID vaccines from the needy. Attack on Lady Gaga's dog walker fits disturbing trend, more LA robbery victims being shot. Everything Meghan and Harry have done since they quit being royals last year. More Los Angeles school districts are moving to reopen. Working out and dining indoors again, photos from California counties in the red tier. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, March 5th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Today is the day I will die. Nun who opposed Myanmar military says she begged them for mercy. Pfizer CEO's Israel visit cancelled because he is unvaccinated, report. This natural gas project threatens the survival of beluga whales in Quebec. Stop whining, Bolsonaro tells Brazilians after record COVID deaths. Harry Dunn's family can bring claim in U.S. against alleged killer and her husband, judge rules. Oxford study indicates AstraZeneca effective against Brazil variant, source says. Skeletons of World War II era nuns murdered by Soviets unearthed in Poland. Indigenous groups sue French retailer over destruction of Amazon rainforest. Uyghurs take case against Beijing Games to IOC ethics chief Ban Ki-moon. Kenyan farm workers launch Scottish legal bid against tea giant. Cafe staffed by robots piloted by people with disabilities to open in Tokyo. Iceland has been hit by 18,000 earthquakes in just over a week, and a major eruption is predicted. Pope Francis makes history, lands in Baghdad on first ever papal visit. Increasing evidence that Myanmar's military forces are shooting to kill as country mourns young victims. The next headlines are from Forbes. Boston Beer is giving away Bitcoin. Athletes in limited volleyball experiences a major roster shakeup for Week 2. Boss Level Review, John Wick meets Groundhog Day in a clever genre hybrid. 500,000 Texans register to vote in 5 months through new online registration. Brent Seabrook's retirement gives Chicago Blackhawks flexibility. New York Senate votes to strip Cuomo of emergency powers. Billion-dollar COVID tax breaks for opioid settlements, House committee probes drug companies on plans. Baseball GM scour free agent market for last-minute bargains. It's time for the Washington Wizards to unleash or trade Troy Brown Jr. Is Saks taking a giant leap backwards by splitting off e-commerce? The next headlines are from Nature.com. Multitude of coronavirus variants found in the U.S. but the threat is unclear. Which are the best pandemic policies? Data trackers are trying to judge. Roadmap for domesticating multi-genome rice using gene editing. Nuclear energy, 10 years after Fukushima. Mars arrivals and Etna eruption, February's best science images. Coronapod, COVID's origins and the lab leak theory. How a soft robot survived the deepest ocean on Earth. COVID research updates, T-cells might provide rescue from rampant COVID variants. Webcast, how to write a first-class paper. Author correction, sex-specific adipose tissue imprinting of regulatory T cells. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,690,088,161 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Tony Hendra, who played band manager Ian Faith in This Is Spinal Tap, dies at 79. Casino Royale reunion, Daniel Craig and Mads Mikkelsen on Bond nerves in that naked chair scene. Lolita Ritmanis Blizzard of Soul score, an Oscar long shot? Isabel Allende on feminism, her new memoir and HBO miniseries Isabel. Sci-fi Chucky series adds Jennifer Tilly, Devon Sawa, 4 others to cast. Scott Derrickson boards Hot TV project Grace from Joseph Souza, Paramount TV Studios to produce exclusive. HBO Max's Jenner Plus Ian takes on Gen Z with familiar teen show tropes, TV review. That's a Mundan Palace in Coming to America is rapper Rick Ross' real-life house. Berlin's 2021 European film market, surprisingly solid, if not stellar. The Simpsons first look, Albert Brooks returns, as a slick music manager aiming to sign Cletus. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Tragic, driving was down in 2020, but traffic fatality rate surged. Dallas officer ordered man to kill 2 people, police say. Are we raising unhelpful, bossy kids? Here's the fix. Brazil in crisis, it feels like you are in Stalingrad, in World War II. The Capitol siege, the arrested and their stories. 1 shot or 2 shots, the vaccine that's available to you, get that. NFL names its first black female official. As schools reopen, popular Pay with Joe online exercise class goes bye-bye. 9 things to know about the unfolding crisis in Ethiopia's Tigray region. How is the COVID-19 vaccination campaign going in your state? The following headlines are from the week. Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema compared to Marie Antoinette for voting against minimum wage hike. The week contest, score shots. The Daily Gossip, Kelly Marie Tran learned how to love again after Star Wars, anticipation for Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview grows, and more. CDC study finds mask mandates reduced COVID-19 cases and deaths. The week's best photojournalism. Disney finally does girl power ride in Raya and the Last Dragon. A shocking number of Democrats voted against a $15 minimum wage. WandaVision loses a bit of the charm in its endgame. Senate Democrats will reportedly lower COVID-19 relief bill's unemployment benefits. Bernie Sanders is forcing other senators to go on the record about a $15 minimum wage. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. A leggy this week, Abbott lets his mask slip. The Texas Public Utility Commission's revolving door between industry and regulator. The next headlines are from Physics Buzz News. Ferreting out the details of reproductive cloning. UW La Crosse professor creates My Nuclear Life podcast, exploring the intersection of nuclear science and society. The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. Media Telecom Materials, March 5, 2021. NASA's Perseverance drives on Mars terrain for first time. NASA awards Mars Ascent Propulsion System contract for sample return. The next headlines are from Universe Today. How would rain be different on an alien world? Earth's atmosphere can generate a space hurricane. China's super heavy lift rocket will carry 100 tons to the moon. Mining water and metal from the moon at the same time. NASA invests in a plan to build landing pads and other structures on the moon out of regolith. The Mars helicopter could charge up the atmosphere around itself as it flies. SpaceX's Starship prototype flies high and sticks the landing. New perspective of Jezero crater shows the path Perseverance could use to navigate. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, March 5th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Use Big Dipper to find North Star. Earthquakes rattle New Zealand, tsunami warnings now lifted, thousands return home. Astronomers spy a nearby, blazing hot super-Earth. Moon and Star and Terry's morning of March 5, 2021. Asteroid Apophis flies by this week, you can watch online. Watch International Space Station Spacewalk March 5. Giant iceberg breaks off Brunt ice shelf in Antarctica. Earlier spring snowmelt in Alps threatens microbes in soil. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Gig workers could end up losers in COVID relief bill. Prominent retired generals aided on a review of Capitol security. 8 Democrats defect on $15 minimum wage hike. Newsom signs California schools bill, but SF Democrat says leaders still must beg for reopening. Biden's FDA looks to tackle heavy metals in baby food. Federal student aid chief appointed by DeVos resigns. U.S. adds a strong 379,000 jobs in hopeful sign for economy. Democrats, GOP tussle for Manchin's votes in frozen COVID aid debate. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Woman dead, 3 in hospital after multi-car crash near Wollongong. Italy and France threaten more vaccine bans following Australia blockade. WHO chief promises full transparency as scientists raise concerns about COVID-19 probe. What a difference a decade makes to reporting claims against powerful men. Shift in gender balance means abuse claims are being taken seriously. Aging disgracefully, Japan puts our nursing homes to shame. International flights to Melbourne could resume next week. It started on Instagram, now Chanel's petition is leading a sex education revolution. Does the government have what it takes to fix aged care? Too many of us believe women lie about rape, in fact, they rarely report it. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Capital Report, Peloton turns to Washington lobbying. ETF investing, 16 small cap stocks that could get a boost from ETF buying. Outside the box, Congress should provide automatic, recurring COVID-19 relief checks until the jobs market recovers from the pandemic. GameStop stock settles shy of $10 billion market cap with 35% weekly gain. Market Snapshot, U.S. stocks close sharply higher in volatile trade as bond yields steady after strong jobs report. The Moneyist, Warren Buffett and Harry Potter couldn't get those two retired early, when financial advisors cannot make their clients see the light. COVID relief bill reopens dispute over Alaskan native aid that irked Murkowski. The Moneyist, what the hell, I'm 28, have no debt, a 401k, Roth IRA and $45k in cash, should I save for a house or buy a Tesla Model 3? The Moneyist, I want to hurt him the same way he hurt me, my husband sprung a prenup on me days before our wedding, he kept all copies. The Moneyist, I lost my job at 55 and started my own successful business, I now constantly get texts from friends and former co-workers asking how I did it, what do I do? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Google caps challenges to video playback patents with PTAB win, Bloomberg Law. Breaking up is hard, protecting your IP when an employee leaves the legal intelligencer, law.com. Patenting software in AI, VR, and 3D printing, J.D. Supra. Ben Zayed bin U joins Ratner Prestia in the District of Columbia office, WFMZ Allentown. The race to patent psychedelics is just getting started, Vice. Balancing innovation and competition, Thomas Jefferson's view of obviousness for mechanical inventions, IPWatchdog.com. 3 Chinese firms in global patent filing top 10, shine. American Axle offers a glimmer of hope on potential 101 reform, Lexology. According to one key measure, China just increased its innovation lead over the US, Science Alert. Patent registration in Nepal, why so few, the Himalayan Times. The next headlines are from Quartz. China's new 5-year plan is a letdown on climate. How to not let emotions get in your way at work. Broadcom won't catch up on semiconductor orders until at least November. Electric cars may soon get a superhighway from Chicago to Orlando. Whatever happened to Reebok? Saks is turning its back on department stores. Stock-picking rockstar Cathie Wood is the anti-Warren Buffett. Oil prices, King Akeem, new Amazon logo. Valuable lessons for making difficult decisions. Eddie Murphy is coming to America in some standout African designs. The following headlines are from TechDirt. FBI director uses January 6th insurrection to, once again, ask for encryption backdoors. Reporter sues Department of Justice to see if it is trying to help Devin Nunes unmask at Devin Cow Twitter account. Moving the web beyond third-party identifiers. Daily Deal, the complete QuickBooks Desktop 2021 certification bundle. Parler drops its loser of a lawsuit against Amazon in federal court, files equally dumb new lawsuit in state court. T-Mobile promised major job growth post-Sprint merger, SEC filings show the exact opposite happened. Is the Digital Services Act going to make a huge mess of website liability in the EU? Twitter opposes tweet trademark application for bird food company. Washington State also spits on Section 230 by going after Google for political ads. Arizona moves forward with law to force Google and Apple to open up payments in app stores. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Silk Sonic. Elon Musk. Falcon and Winter Soldier. Blake Griffin. Lil Nas X. Jay Johnston. Employee Appreciation Day. Skip Bayless. Wayne Gretzky. Megan Anderson. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Boeing 737 MAX makes emergency landing with one engine after suspected mechanical issue, airline says as FAA vows to investigate. I don't know what Prime Minister meant, Israel's virus czar shoots down Netanyahu's suggestion country is through pandemic. Democratic Congressman Swalwell sues Trump for emotional damage over Capitol riot, says he was ready for combat with mob. Democrats crush Bernie Sanders' push for $15 minimum wage insert into COVID relief bill, despite most Americans supporting it. 20 killed in Somali capital after suicide car bomb detonates outside restaurant. Americans more upbeat about end of COVID-19 than ever, poll finds, but others not so sure. Arrests over clashes in Lyon as locals blame French police for teenager's scooter crash that left him in coma, videos. European Union says member states are allowed to purchase Russian and Chinese vaccines on their own. MSNBC's Joy Reid sparks outrage by claiming conservatives would trade tax cuts to be allowed openly say the N-word. U.S. announces sanctions on top Ukrainian oligarch and Zelensky ally Kolomoisky for undermining democratic processes in country. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Goldman, Bank of America made hundreds of millions from Texas blackouts. It's a mad world. PPT, stocks rescued by biggest intraday dip buy since 2011 EU crisis bailouts. 88% of COVID deaths occurred in countries where over half of population overweight. Supreme Court dismisses sanctuary city cases at request of Biden's Department of Justice. Consumers unexpectedly pay down their credit cards for a fourth straight month, have uncharged a record $127 billion in the past year. SLR chaos sparks wild moves in swap spreads. Commerce Secretary to use Trump's export blacklist for Chinese firms. One bank turn apocalyptic, the Fed will inevitably move to YCC as rates are no longer anchored. Buchanan, who really imperils the Republic? The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. calls on allies to speak up against China's abuses of Muslims. Senegal protests escalate as opposition leader appears in court. Wealthy Americans fare better in the pandemic, new survey shows. Missile strikes hit oil refineries in northern Syria, killing one. What will break the stalemate in Myanmar? Pope to visit ancient city of Ur, the cradle of civilization. U.S. considering housing migrant children on military base, report. Economist who predicted 2018 Turkish crash warns of boom and bust. U.S. Capitol calms QAnon militia plot yet to materialize. At least 20 killed by suicide car bomb blast in Somalia. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announces bill prohibiting social media censorship. Nolte, Disney holds monthly meetings to decide what to censor and blacklist. Vladimir Putin lumps anti-gov protesters with child sex traffickers in bizarre speech. Graham, Trump is dominant force in GOP, it's up to Americans if his movement continues. Report, alleged fake tax preparer scored 6 coronavirus bailout loans worth over $1 million. Democrats cut unemployment benefits enhancement in COVID bill. Report, Joe Biden meets with union leaders, I'm all for natural gas. Cotton on Biden Pentagon nominee Khalid Kal, I don't think his temperament is suited to serve. Saudi energy minister declares end of American energy revolution, drill, baby, drill is gone forever. Carney, Donald Trump left us with a much stronger economy than anyone thought. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, missing New Jersey cat turns up 4 years later in Pittsburgh. Watch, turkey crashes through window into California dentist's office. Watch, photo found in used book returned to family decades later. Watch, New York woman finds empty apartment behind bathroom mirror. Look, iguana peeks in through second floor window of Florida police station. Watch, NC transport officials, flyover bridge wall is not leaning, despite illusion. Emu on the loose after escape from Washington State Farm. Watch, North Carolina families rabbit ties world record with litter of 24 babies. Watch, Korean War veterans letters home return to family after 70 years. Look, Florida biologist finds live turtle in stomach of largemouth bass. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Terrifying National Park Stories Part 2. 3 tips for finding good tenants to occupy your rental property. 7 odd botanical remedies that are surprisingly helpful. Establishing a disaster plan for health IT. 5 unique, strange, bizarre scholarships you'll enjoy applying for. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Asteroid Apophis, god of chaos, passes Earth today and warm up to its 2029 much closer flyby. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Pandemic has created a generation of schoolchildren more interested in STEM careers than ever, poll says. Ancient DNA shows cats domesticated themselves, why are we not surprised? These floating islands will form a archipelago in Copenhagen's harbor. Labradoodle has incredible bond with 7-year-old who was adopted into the family at the same time, look. Africans are being empowered to write and edit Wikipedia articles about their own countries and culture. Chicago coffee shop owner has collected 6,000 warm coats for the homeless and delivered them with coffee. After a solar-powered car with 1,000-mile range gets 7,000 pre-orders for delivery in 2021. Giant sharks that glow in the dark discovered by scientists who got wise to their camouflage. Heroic sailor dives into choppy seas to save 4 kittens from burning ship. Hot Springs National Park turns 100 today, the oldest protected land in America. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, March 5th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. A drain swimming pool shows how racism harms white people, too. World oldest wild bird has chick at age of 70. Anal swab COVID-19 test won't make you walk like penguins, China warns public after bizarre viral video. Missouri man learns a valuable lesson during turkey mating season. Japan's tsunami survivors call lost loves on the phone of the wind. Seafood bandit has been hitting Connecticut supermarkets. Walker stunned to see ship hovering high above sea off Cornwall. I have one of the most advanced prosthetic arms in the world, and I hate it. Being a cyborg is cool right now, thanks in large part to G-Wiz media coverage, but actually using a bionic arm can really suck. Missouri man wearing Joker makeup accused of making terrorist threats during Facebook Live video. Cat attacks pilot, forcing plane to make emergency landing. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Scientists made an AI that reads your mind so it can generate portraits you'll find attractive. Researchers developed an AI that scours existing drugs for new Alzheimer's treatments. Smart cities, tech is great, but don't forget the people. Algorithm detects new mysterious layer inside Earth's core. Learn one of the most popular coding languages with this $35 Python bootcamp. CDs are the most underappreciated music format, fight me. Watch, car-sharing platform CEO Nick Easy talks about the future of mobility. What are NFTs, and why are people paying millions of dollars for them? Super Shoes, explaining athletics' new performance-enhancing tech. How to generate buzz in a buzzless industry. The following headlines are from Science Daily. New potential for functional recovery after spinal cord injury. Uncovering hidden forever chemicals. Novel urine test developed to diagnose human kidney transplant rejection. Small volcanic lakes tapping giant underground reservoirs. How does your brain process emotions? Answer could help address loneliness epidemic. Comet Catalina suggests comets delivered carbon to rocky planets. Making sense of commotion under the ocean to locate tremors near deep sea faults. The gut microbiome influences the metabolism of processed foods. Tantalizing signs of phase change turbulence in rig collisions. Controlling adhesions in the abdomen. The next headlines are from Information Week. How CarParts.com leveraged AI ops strategy while scaling up. How to make waste-free product a reality in your organization. How we'll conduct algorithmic audits in the new economy. Adopting new technologies in a multi-generational workplace. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, March 5th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA, SpaceX invite media to next commercial crew launch. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Why does Utah rank as the one of slowest states at vaccinating residents against COVID-19? Latest from Mormon land, Holland's return to their roots, Book of Mormon musical celebrates a milestone. Gary leaned back, a review of what the Trump administration accomplished. Dana Carroll, time to give Mike Lee another civics lesson. About 30% of Utahns now have immunity to the coronavirus, expert estimates. What about us? Ute tribe asks as Utah moves to protect its share of the Colorado River. We said our goodbyes. Here's how University of Utah Hospital's first COVID-19 patient is doing. NBA fines Utah Jazz's Donovan Mitchell $25,000, Rudy Gobert $20,000 for criticizing officials following loss to 76ers. Updates from the Utah legislature's final day, state will start tracking when police use force. What the pandemic has taught us about science, society and our own selfish ways. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. China's Sharp Eyes program aims to surveil 100% of public space. Samsung and MasterCard to pilot biometric payments card in South Korea. India threatens jail for Facebook, WhatsApp and Twitter employees. Students are easily cheating state-of-the-art test proctoring tech. U.S. says John McAfee indicted over fraudulent cryptocurrency schemes. French stargazers hunt for meteorite the size of apricot. Hovering ship photographed off Cornish coast by Walker. Employment rose among those in free money experiment. MicroStrategy buys another 205 bitcoins, now owns 91,064 bitcoins. Microsoft's $10 billion Pentagon deal at risk amid Amazon fight. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Remarkable women. CVS and Walgreens to start distributing COVID-19 vaccine in St. Louis soon. Why the phrase turnaround, don't drown can save lives. Man serving life for Angie Hausman murder admits to molesting another girl. Many will need to dial all 10 digits before calling soon. Missouri real estate agent charged with conspiracy to commit murder of former mother-in-law. Records show waste and excess at several rural Missouri vaccination clinics. Fox 2 and KPL are 11 to host a live St. Louis mayoral debate in March. Shakespeare in Forest Park returns in June with King Lear. Governor Parson proud of decline in COVID cases without use of statewide mandates. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Gloria announces end of Operation Shelter to Home and relocation efforts. Affidavit, man found Tiger Woods unconscious after SUV crash. Local researchers study how loneliness hurts health. Newsom signs law aimed at putting kids in class. Breast milk of vaccinated mothers may protect babies from COVID-19, study suggests. CDC chief urges Americans to double down on COVID-19 prevention measures as states lift mask mandates. Legoland California opens for build and play days. Skier survives backcountry avalanche by jumping off 100-foot cliff. County administers 1 millionth dose of COVID-19 vaccine. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. James Bond is finally switching sides as the new agent of Spectre. Opinion, bill limiting nursing home cameras needs changes. Budapest, Robert Wallace on a career in intelligence and the Spy Site series and Spycraft. Jeep Grand Cherokee 4Z caught in public in new spy photos. New feature in Apple's Find My app prevents you from being stalked. Security risk. Here's how Apple will prevent AirTags from stalking you. Hidden camera shows hands that supply the Happy Egg Company. Yer Hi Chahadeen, March 5, 2021, written update, Rudra and Prisha. There's a new iPhone feature that could easily be used for stalking. Here's how Apple will avoid that. Daewoo Shock spinning two-piece rod. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Japan commissions new ocean surveillance ship. China to boost defense budget by $14 billion. Boeing gets $115 contract to build more loyal wingman combat drones. Lockheed Martin successfully tests extended range guided rocket system. MBDA awarded first contract for new Albatross air defense system. The next headlines are from SUP China, top news about China. Close AO's authentic, tender docudramas of the American West. American overall opinions about China hit record low. U.S. listed Chinese online car sales website Autohome to go public in Hong Kong. Xi Jinping is gaining support from party elites, the numbers say. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, March 5, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. What next? Americans wait for guidance post-vaccination. House fire in SF's Eureka Valley contained, 6 displaced. Trump State Department aide charged with assault at Capitol. Maya Chaka becomes NFL's first black female official. I'm ready to talk, Meghan Markle says ahead of Oprah interview. California free money experiment helped people get jobs, study. Woman dies after being hit by car in Daly City. Teen and slender man stabbing to ask for release. Study, mass 2020 exodus from California did not happen. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Analysis, NFL's very rich owners about to get much more rich. Officials seeking answers to Puerto Rico telescope collapse. Elijah McClain's mom says his death sparked push for change. Pitcher Sam Dyson banned 1 year under domestic violence policy. Rangers Shesterkin day today with groin strain, Kako back. Number 16 Georgia seniors lead win over number 17 Kentucky women. Tech rebound pulls stocks out of a slump into weekly gain. Another single-day vaccination record as case positivity dips lower than ever. New ramen restaurant heading to Elgin. Seabrook's career over as Blackhawks defenseman goes on long-term injured reserve. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Wash wildlife officials ask residents to inspect aquarium moss after invasive zebra mussels found. Washington's Crystal Mountain extends ski, snowboard season amid healthy snowpack. Facebook to reopen Seattle offices for employees at 10% capacity. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.9 m, depth 11 km, in Kermadec Islands region May 3, 2021, 2026 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands region May 3, 2021, 1940 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 10 km, in Chromatic Islands region May 3, 2021, 1937 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, March 5th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Charming Charlie announces return to Houston area with 2 stores. Instagram sensation Lyrica Hung Chanel dies after battle with cancer. Third stimulus check updates, minimum wage hike falls short as Senate debates COVID relief bill. How the winter storm could affect Texas bluebonnets and wildflowers in spring 2021. Bank of America offering PTO for employees to get COVID-19 vaccine. Houston ISD Town Hall hopes to dispel COVID-19 vaccine myths for teachers. Town surprises UPS man with huge thank you gift. FBI arrests 4th person from Houston area in Capitol attack. Americans vaccinated against COVID-19 still wait for advice from health officials. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Explainer, what to look for at China's annual Congress. Sue Bird staying busy with 20th Seattle season on horizon. In Alabama, a vote to keep Confederate monument protections. Oklahoma street freshman Cunningham breaking out late in season. Meme stocks go mainstream, there's now a fund for that. 5th year Gianna Wilson emerges as a top Stanford defender. California city believed first in U.S. to ban new gas stations. Vikings GM, Kirk Cousins is our quarterback. McConnell sets Steele's mark, Pacers rally past Cavs 114-111. Lavine's 36 points lift Bulls past Pelicans 128-124. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Citing $100 million loss during pandemic, YMCA to sell upstate NY sleepaway campsite. As Chinatown remains on life support, how will the next council member tackle its post-pandemic recovery? Murder convictions overturned for 3 men after egregious misconduct by Queensda. Native Noodles, a Queens night market favorite, now has permanent home. City Bike is expanding to Hoboken in May. Nothing to fear, a look back at the mixed messages we got last March. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Controversy over NJ's legalized weed regulations. Venues can finally reopen in April, but will they? Former staffer Charlotte Bennett calls Cuomo a textbook abuser. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Moderate earthquake, M5.1 quake has struck near Gisborne in New Zealand. Light earthquake, 4.7 mag has occurred near Southeast Indian Ridge. Moderate earthquake 5 mag, 200 kilometers east by northeast of Gisborne, New Zealand. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag strikes near South Shetland Islands. Moderate earthquake, 5 mag has occurred near Chromatic Islands region. Minor earthquake, 3.2 mag has occurred near Gardendale in Texas. Minor earthquake 3.5 mag, 15 kilometers N of Stanton, Texas. Moderate earthquake, 5.8 mag strikes near Chromatic Islands region. Moderate earthquake, 5.5 mag strikes near Chromatic Islands region. Moderate earthquake, 5.5 mag was detected near Chromatic Islands region. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. International Women's Day, 2021, International Women's Day, to change the world, women must choose to challenge. International Women's Day, 2021, Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. International Women's Day, 2021, Fight Against Pandemic Requires Women at the Highest Leadership in Governments and in the UN. International Women's Day, 2021, March with Us, 5 activists on dismantling gender lies. International Women's Day, 2021, celebrating International Women's Day on March 8, 2021 AD, what are we waiting for? International Women's Day, 2021, women's leadership must drive the global recovery from COVID-19. International Women's Day, 2021, the world not only needs women leaders, it needs feminist leaders. Drilling wells to alleviate the water shortage in the Venezuelan capital. How households' increased food waste is feeding climate change. International Women's Day, 2021, removing barriers to women's leading role in African agriculture. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Police departments use Citigraph to surveil everyone, even school kids. FBI admits no firearms were seized during Capitol insurrection, only shot fired was cop killing Ashley Babbitt. Earth greened 10% and Sahara shrinked 700, 00 SQKMS this century, says NASA Vegetation Index data. Home invasions, all the ways the government can lay siege to your property. NY testing COVID passport. New York State legislators to strip Democrat Governor Andrew Cuomo of emergency powers amid scandals. Unreleased federal report concludes no evidence that free speech online causes hate crimes. North and South Dakota state legislatures pass bills to invalidate all unconstitutional Biden orders. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Reporter faces trial in case seen as attack on press rights. No, the Israeli health ministry didn't say the Pfizer vaccine killed 40 times more elderly than COVID-19. Did Dolly Parton say this about Dixie being an offensive word? Is it true Trump took down ISIS while Biden took down Dr. Seuss and Mr. Potato Head? Is an iPhone 12 TikTok giveaway legitimate? Judge, paper must run page 1 statement on Meghan's legal win. Alaska Native group, Neiman Marcus settle lawsuit over coat. Did Netflix publish a poster that read N-word party? Third-degree murder count could be reinstated in Floyd's death. No, Elon Musk did not die in a car battery explosion. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Kany's campaign storm may land him in deep trouble with the feds. Eccentric antivirus mogul John McAfee accused of making millions in illegal crypto schemes. Meghan Markle suits co-star, Patrick J. Adams, calls royal family obscene for tormenting her. Fox News turns to Tyrus, currently embroiled in sexual harassment lawsuit, for thoughts on Cuomo. Kayleigh McEnany insists Trump's doing just fine without Twitter, he said it was freeing. Meghan McCain meltdown, we're just deplorable Neanderthals. Myanmar's digital insurgents have finally found a way to hurt the junta. The best new launches from Dame, Our Place and more. Trump State Department, aide accused of beating cops during riot is already hating prison. Meghan Markle tells Oprah Winfrey she wasn't allowed to make her own choices as a royal. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Hillsong leader apologizes unreservedly after scandal. Best Sandals and Slides for Men 2021, 15 casual but cool summer shoes. Senate vote on $1.9 trillion stimulus stalled by swing Democrat Manchin on unemployment. Allegedly impaired NJ dad drove 11-year-old son onto railroad tracks, got stuck, cops. Why isn't Biden a Nazi? To and other commentary. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The KRM in line, where does space begin? The sky this week. Get ready for a messier marathon. Watch SpaceX's SN-10 Starship prototype safely lands, then explodes. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. AstraZeneca hopes to file for COVID vaccine authorization within weeks. Humans, not nature, may be changing Atlantic hurricane cycles. CDC finalizing guidance on what's safe for those who are vaccinated. Earth's largest ever mass extinction is a warning for humanity. States ease COVID restrictions as vaccine effort ramps up. FDA authorizes Johnson & Johnson vaccine, set to begin shipping out this week. Gottlieb says downward trend in virus infections likely to continue. Worldview, UK hospitals still strained, Hong Kong charges pro-democracy activists. Johnson & Johnson begins distributing COVID-19 vaccine as pressure mounts on Senate to pass relief bill. Israel rolls out vaccine passport system. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Texas school's chivalry lesson instructs girls to repress intellectual superiority if it would offend the men around them. Floating ship off English coast stuns locals, caused by optical illusion. No one is indispensable. De Blasio hits Cuomo again as scandals swirl. Father in India arrested while carrying teen daughter's severed head. Texas mom says teen son was forced to drink urine, called racial and homophobic slurs in bullying incidents. Senate kills Bernie Sanders' bid to reinsert minimum wage hike into COVID relief bill as vote-o-rama begins. Ex-Dallas cop facing capital murder charges was kept on the job to not arouse suspicion of investigation. Snorkeler finds 25 bricks of cocaine floating off Florida Keys. Rep. Carolyn Maloney pushes Senate to quickly approve USPS board noms in bid to oust Joy. Missouri man accused of shooting wife, 2 children days after divorce filing. The following headlines are from military.com. Guam needs a new air defense system to protect against Chinese missiles, U.S. 4-star says. Vet groups make final effort to kill GI Bill loophole through COVID relief package. Air Force delays PT test again but adds a new scoring system. Service dogs better than emotional support dogs at reducing PTSD symptoms, study finds. Key lawmakers question justification for keeping troops at Capitol through spring. Just 1 6-pack, Nez Pensacola limits alcohol sales as discipline problems increase. Remains identified as Army chaplain, Medal of Honor recipient who died as POW in North Korea. Air Station Cape Cod members brave elements to help rescue stranded fishermen. Most military families eligible for vaccine starting in April. On Bullet Night, some Coast Guard Academy cadets learn they're bound for icebreakers in Arctic. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Police ask for help finding shooter targeting Gold Coast high-rises. Charges upgraded to murder in death of Valparaiso assistant golf coach in Highland, girlfriend in custody. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, state sets new daily record with 131,882 vaccines administered as 1 million residents now fully vaccinated, 1,442 new COVID-19 cases and 33 deaths reported. Des Plaines COVID-19 mass vaccination site. Illinois launches $10 million campaign aimed at countering COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in Black, Latino communities. Former State Rep Eddie Acevedo pleads not guilty to tax charges stemming from ComEd probe. With judges critical of stash house tactic in federal cases, the convicted see chance for redemption. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers. Here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code. Search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the US and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. The following headlines are from phys.org. Study shows cactus pear as drought-tolerant crop for sustainable fuel and food. Blind trust in social media cements conspiracy beliefs. Coastal changes worsen nuisance flooding on many U.S. shorelines, study finds. Going forth with standardized tests may cause more problems than it solves. Food security, irradiation and essential oil vapors for cereal treatment. I want to ride my bicycle, people set to change mobility choices post-lockdown. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, March 5th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The Amazon rainforest could die in your lifetime, here's why. How Mount Tambora and other volcanic eruptions inspired artistic masterpieces. Are the Egyptian pyramids aligned with the stars? What did the Venus of Willendorf originally represent? Life-changing online therapy, 7 points to note before starting. 5 best CBD cream for pain. Best CBD oil for dogs, top 5 brands in buyer's guide. Who built Teotihuacan, one of the largest and most impressive ancient cities in Mesoamerica? The health dangers of chronic dehydration. The future of Bluetooth hearing aids, how the audio will revolutionize the way you hear the world. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. New York cinemas reopen, brightening outlook for theaters. Hawks F. DeAndre Hunter steps up rehab from knee surgery. Former Florida Chief Justice Gerald Cogan dies at 87. Bristol, Nashville agrees to deal to renovate shore track. Study finds mask mandates, dining out influence virus spread. Preston leads Liberty over Stetson 77-64 in Atlantic Sun. Arizona's Akinjo forged toughness through early difficulties. Big smile, swing, Indian slugger Ray SI's consistent 21. Gap, NXP rise, Smile Direct Club, Norwegian Cruise Line fall. How major U.S. stock indexes fared Friday. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Former SF Giants pitcher Dyson suspended for 2021 season for violating domestic violence policy. Video, Banksy channels his inner Bob Ross. Jeep boss says company might drop Cherokee model name. 4 who chained themselves together and laid on Golden Gate Field trek cited for trespassing. As another NHL coach is fired, Bob Bauner's job appears safe, here's why. NY State Senate passes bill to rein in Cuomo's powers. Alec Baldwin needs to be better informed, Alan V. Farrow directors say. Japan's 136-year-old Hinode Ramen brings its dashi bowls to Campbell. Hey Dieter, could the Warriors really sign Blake Griffin? The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Indiana Attorney General quitting role with health firm. Airline IT provider hacked, frequent flyer data breached. Ex-students allege sexual abuse at troubled teen school. Idaho House kills Attorney General's budget. Invasive mussels detected on pet orm wasp balls in Montana. Vaccination site to open at Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Attorney for QAnon shaman blames Trump for client actions. Far left enraged with corporate Democrats vote against $15 minimum wage. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Why the government's plan to help out renters is falling flat. Forget $15 an hour, the minimum wage should be $24. More than $1 trillion of the pandemic relief bill is flying under the radar. What's really in the pandemic relief bill? Socialist legislators want to impeach Cuomo for abuses of power. An absolutely crucial voting reform measure just passed the House. What's next? Mitch McConnell working with Kentucky legislature on Senate exit strategy. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, March 5th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Key task in computer vision and graphics gets a boost. Variable compensation in salesperson health. Instrument at Bessie II shows how light activates MOS2 layers to become catalysts. The social support for mothers of patients with eating disorders. Coastal changes worsen nuisance flooding on many U.S. shorelines, study finds. Species traded legally through Hong Kong with inadequate traceability. 3-layered masks most effective against large respiratory droplets. Fine particulate matter from wildfire smoke more harmful than pollution from other sources. Physics camp has proven benefits for high school girls. New molecular driver of frontal circuit maturation discovered. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Washington releases QB Alex Smith, a one-time Matt Nodge protege. Protesters defy Myanmar security forces as UN action urged. Friday's high school basketball scores. City shuts down Old Town party with nearly 100 guests, cites 6 businesses for violating COVID-19 restrictions. Brent Seabrook retires from Blackhawks after 15 seasons. It was a hell of a run. Rudy Giuliani probe awaits Merrick Garland as he nears Attorney General confirmation. No, we don't have a right to know what's wrong with Jonathan Taves, but it's decision time for DePaul's first-year AD. Does Coach Dave Letdown have to go? Afternoon edition, March 5th, 2021. Caldero, Acevedo plead not guilty to latest charges to drop in federal corruption probe. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. What's it like being part of the Emos dynasty in St. Louis? An heir explains. Updated, St. Louis County mom, kids killed by estranged husband. Missouri sheriff says female inmate smuggled tiny gun into jail and body cavity. Transgender youth speak against Missouri proposal to restrict sports teams by gender. Metro East man wanted in despicable cemetery crime spree. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Michigan trooper charged after sicking canine on suspect for minutes after he surrendered. Senator Shirky lies about COVID-19 science, defends Texas decision to fully reopen. Michigan House bills would subject governor, lawmakers to FOIA, but don't count on it. Southwest Detroit's A-grade deli is for sale, and it has nothing to do with the pandemic. Beverly McDonald, Warrior for Justice, 1930 to 2021. Michigan communities with recreational marijuana dispensaries to split $10 min tax revenue. Producer responds to King of Farmington with King of Southfield. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, March 5th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Abdul smiles as he tries to change the subject from Texas blackouts. Openings and closings. Hello Yellow, James Harden's 13 opens. Houston venues respond, we don't give two shits what Abbott says and other remarks. 5 more potential Houston Texans swerved in crazy 2021 offseason. Reviews for the uneasily quarantined, coming to America. Houston's 5 best weekend food bets, say hello to yellow. The COVID vaccines extraordinarily music-free playlist. Dear Yankees, Texas does not deserve this. As the rotation goes, so will go the Astros. Best virtual bets, Art Heist, Beethoven, and Crazy Rich Asians. The next headlines are about world records making news. It's time to set the world record in the tilt-a-whirl at Joyland, Talk 1340. 2000 Contenders Championship ticket Tom Brady autograph sells for record $1.32 million, Beckett Media, LLC. High plus Q designated soybean variety sets world yield record, Agri-News. Powerlifter Rachel Torres obliterates junior world record with 600 pounds deadlift in training, fitnessvault.com. Aiden and Almond help set unbreakable Warzone world quads record, Dixerto. Lavellini out of pole vault event with calf injury, Reuters. Neeraj Chopra's Nordic weapon, breaker of storms, a national records, ESPN. Louisville kid builds Lego skills to shatter Guinness World Record, WDRB. 2021 Pro Swim Series, San Antonio, March, Day 3 Prelims Live Recap, SwimSwam. Why are so many athletics records falling? The Economist. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Stop letting Google get away with it. Paramount Plus is extremely late to the party and pretty unremarkable. Are you happy now, you jackwalls? Water resistant versus waterproof, the best smartwatches with protection from the elements. The guy who literally coined net neutrality now works for Biden. Lumi Keys is a delightful way to learn piano basics without a piano. U.S. traffic deaths spiked in 2020, even as people stayed off the road. John McAfee charged with exactly what you thought he would be charged with. You can claim PlayStation Plus monthly PS5 games before you get a PS5. Nubia's Red Magic 6 is a frankly ridiculous phone. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Kinibla in Mali at 107.78 degrees Fahrenheit or 42.1 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 74.92 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 59.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Microsoft adds startup boost, sleeping tabs to Edge Build 89. Visual Studio Code now runs natively on M1 Macs. Proposed law could force internet service providers to stop hiding true size of monthly bills. Tour of American League Division Series warns the world, don't use the Linux 5.12 RC1 kernel. White House signals coming antitrust push with Tim Wu appointment. How to beat Paper Mario really fast by playing Ocarina of Time. Under intense pressure, WHO skips summary report on coronavirus origin. The Toyota Highlander hybrid is a big three-row with a buzzy engine. Typing my way down a mechanical keyboard rabbit hole with the drop C TRL. Rocket report, SpaceX explains landing failure, more on New Glenn delays. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Republican who held up COVID relief likely keep promise to retire, I'm happy to go home. More Americans planning to get vaccinated against COVID, Pew survey. Marie Antoinette trends after video of Senator Sinema giving thumbs down to $15 minimum wage vote goes viral. Dem senator's own words come back to haunt her after she gleefully voted against minimum wage increase. Confidential FBI informant testifies about plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Whitmer. Trump's overt racism turned the GOP into a white nationalist party, analysis. New report exposes Trump world connections to a plot to strong-arm elections officials in Michigan. Greg Abbott's deadly pattern of failed leadership slammed by Texas newspaper. Remains identified of U.S. Army chaplain considered for canonization by Vatican. Arrested Trump appointee complains about cockroaches crawling over me in first hearing, report. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. From our archives, 20 ways we said we changed 25 years ago. The mayor of Detroit turned down thousands of J&J vaccines. Public health experts say that's a bad idea. Roxana Gay says cancel culture does not exist. 2 big reasons why now is a terrible time to lift mask mandates. Big polluters just power stomp cities seeking greener building codes. The USA needs a reckoning. Does truth and reconciliation actually work? I'm obsessed with decadent and deviant Instagram cakes. You're doing nothing. Judge slams ICE for failing to vaccinate detainees. These GOP governors are trying to distract us from their deadly failures by killing more people. How an island in Washington became a safe refuge for birds, seals, and marty. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Developing tomorrow's students means making changes today. Letters to editor.messenger.com, St. Albans Messenger. Harvard professor alien claims as a service to science, newsroom. Mike Polk Jr.'s take on Baker and Emily Mayfield's UFO sighting, WKIC.com. Alien super-Earth may offer clues about atmospheres on distant worlds, Reuters. 25 highlights from the Cambridge Festival, Cambridge Independent. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Engineered glycomaterial implants orchestrate large-scale functional repair of brain tissue chronically after severe traumatic brain injury, science advances. Immune Bio, Incorporated, INMB, CEO RJTC on Q4 2020 results, earnings call transcript, seeking alpha. Full text, proteomic analysis of Emmet in treatment in neuropathic pain JPR, Dove Medical Press. Full text, Psychedelics in Healthcare Policy RMHP, Dove Medical Press. Alpha generation, phones, tablets are rewiring the way children see the world, study finds. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, March 5th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Jeff Ritzman, husband, father, paranormalist, radio host, artist, musician, in memoriam. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, March 5th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on in, on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.